Hi, this is Smita Kumar, and you're watching Rendezvous at MediCircle. We have organized a patient safety series, and we are talking to all those who matter and who actually take care about this patient safety. Today, in this initiative, we are speaking to Kruti Kadakia. She is the manager for quality, drug safety, and risk management at Covance. She is a promising resource professional with comprehensive experience of 13 years in the pharmaceutical industry. Hi, Kruti. Welcome to MediCircle.
Hi, Smita. Thank you so much for bringing me on this forum and connecting with me.
Thank
It's a pleasure to be here.
You're most welcome. Kruti, your experience would definitely benefit the audience out there who is actually trying to know more about what is exactly patient safety. So to begin with, I'll just be having some quick questions.
Sure.
What is like to the patient safety is a global health priority, hence proved by COVID. So what are your thoughts on the same?
Absolutely, patient safety is everything today. In the healthcare industry, we see that patient safety is the utmost importance. During the times of COVID, we have seen that this pandemic has really been a great challenge for every common person and every mankind. And COVID has shown us that how important it is for us to adhere to the guidelines that have been laid by WHO, and how much it is important to see that the WHO, the World Health Organization, has laid down it globally, that patient safety is important. So that's what I want to bring to everyone's attention, that it's all about safety and efficacy of the patient and everyone who is here.
Surely. The theme for this year's Patient Safety Day is Safe Health Workers, Safe Patients. I think this is the need of the hour because COVID has proved us that the frontline workers needs to be extremely safe so that they can offer better care and a better safe environment to the patients. So what is your
Yeah.
contribution towards the safety of the health workers?
Absolutely. Safety of health workers is very important. We need to reiterate and explain our health workers in the healthcare industries. I would take an example of a chemical industry, a manufacturing firm, where our workers are there working and they're dealing with chemicals day in, day out. And even in the physical realm, and to look at even the ergonomic, where it's so important to explain them that everything is important when it comes to taking care of yourself. When we talk about the employees and the workers who are working for us in the organization, it's extremely important we tell them, educate them, train them on what are the potential risks and how do we look at the impact, what are the hazards that that can come across while they are handling those chemicals and doing their day in day out work. Very important to lay down an SOP, very important to have an instruction and a guideline. And the entire goal for this is to reduce the patient harm. And especially taking in hospital industry, today we see that so many hospitals are there across the world, and all the patients who are admitted, their care is so important. There are so many reasons as to why we are not able to give 100% care to our patients, and we are liable for that. So I say for, say in a hospital, a medication error, say due to a lack of staff or maybe an inappropriate technique used to inject the dose to the patient, which may be a life-saving drug, we might actually lose the patient's life or even cause a potential disability, which may or may not recover at all. So it's so important today in the industry. We, you know, look at what we are heading to, what is our vision, and every patient, every life is important. So i- at the end I would say that the vision to have the minimum and minimum risk for a patient's life, and seeing into each and every impact that can cause any harm to the patient, to immediately attend to that.
Kruti, this is the digital age and healthcare is highly influenced by technology trends. So, how do you think this transformation will support patient safety today?
Excellent. I see the digital trend to be a blessing, a boom. in the industry. If I look at here now, in terms of medicines, today we see that in pharmacovigilance, where we are, having day in day out clinical trials, and we are bringing better drugs and better medications for the treatment of patients, we see that this is so much more important to have a digitalization. We actually, during the pandemic, I have seen that the world has become small in itself now. We are able to reach out to such good specialists and trained professionals, medical doctors in the healthcare industry. And this transformation is going to take a new leap, I would say, in the upcoming days, where we would be able to give better patient care in
Definitely.
terms of medication, in terms of trials, in terms of the healthcare, all the regulatory bodies who are involved, like we see in ICH, GCP, the entire vision of ICH is where they want to ensure that, along with the regulatory guidelines, they want to have the patient care adhered. Patient safety and efficacy is the prime most. So having those medications in the industry, and to ensure that we are attending to them timely, even diagnosis for the patient should be done timely in the right time. Monitoring on that, monitoring, once we have given a patient medication, monitoring and checking if there are any side effects. All the small steps would definitely take into you know uh, a, a bigger vision that we are looking at, I would say, a bigger picture. So
Definitely.
digitalization has actually helped
Sure.
this upcoming technologies, and the instruments that we are bringing in, and providing better medical aid to the patients. Yes.
So, Kruti, we have a lot of issues with regards to patient safety. Different kinds of issues like diagnostic errors are there, then
Mhm.
healthcare acquired infections, medication errors, readmissions, wrong site surgery, and communication. So, how do you ensure proper patient safety?
Most important, attentiveness, I would say, starting with being alert and cautious of the work that we're doing at hand. So since we see that there's all manpower, right? We are all employees or workers who are handling this day in day out. So understanding that why this is happening, is it an improper care, is it an improper technique, or actually identifying that what is this leading to, why are we having an incorrect diagnosis, why is it, asking a question on why, that why I am looking at this, why is this not happening in the right place at the first time, coming down and drilling to a actual root cause. So I would say a patient who's a medication error example that I've taken. So an improper technique has been used. So why is it an improper technique? Was it that I did not have a process in place? Was it that I was not able to lay down the right guidelines and the steps to follow? Is it that I am using the same steps for each and every person who is going to do the administration of the drug in the said manner, whether it is an intramuscular, intravenous, or is it an oral medication? Am I taking care of all the said guidelines to check whether I'm using an appropriate medication? Is it any product quality issue for that matter? So these are certain steps which we need to see first as to why this is not happening right. In terms of diagnosis, like, to check if we are giving attention to the right diagnosis. Today, worldwide, in across the countries, we see that many patients are not diagnosed with the right sickness and a disease in the right time. Maybe there are delayed diagnoses, so that causes delay in getting the right treatment. And sometimes it's that we may not know what the patient is actually reacting to. So these are the things which actually add in. So I would say that, how do we ensure to minimize these kind of risk? Have a protocol as to what we need to do, educating the train who's the experts, the trains, or even if there is a trainee who's onboarded, giving them that training, asking them if they are comfortable in doing what there is in their hand, and then have a timely check, have a monitoring in place to see if my processes that I have laid, is it going well, especially if I say in a hospital, if we know that there is an infected area, we ensure that that area is cleaned and kept, avoid of basic sensitive patients or even children. If I'm looking at instrumentations, what I'm using in surgery, I would want to see whether all my equipments and instruments which I'm using, am I sterilizing them? So doing these things, adding these small checks, having regular quality checks, and ensuring a process in place where, a bit by bit, I think we can do much more in the world of patient safety. We can take care of patients much better, and also we can see that the risk will reduce on it. So these are some things that I feel can be done at a primary level.
Definitely. I think, like in this software, as you said, because a lot of hospitals who are actually giving wrong medications, and sometimes it is like common mistakes by the nursing staff. So I think if they
Hmm.
are using good automated systems, which would be like giving them alerts that the medication and what has been administered is not proper, it should be giving
Yeah,
alerts just like your monitors and the para monitors which are there in the nursing area. So it would be really beneficial so that the proper treatment is given, and even if it is ensuring the right treatment to the patient, and also if it is ensuring that the safety it's of the I mean these workers who are there, my frontline workers, because see, COVID has actually it has given a good fear to everybody's mind that whether I would be safe or not caring of these patients, would I, if I
absolutely.
would not get this infection. So again, they need to be really, really safe and secure that nothing is going to happen, and then only they can give better care to their patients.
Yes, even self care, I would say, is very important.
Definitely.
Self care is as good as a patient care, because like we see in COVID right now, it's so important we have, we follow the sanitization process, we ensure that we wear mask, we maintain the distance. There are reasons as to why these things are being said every time, and timely. So it's very important to train people, train their minds to follow that and not be casual about what is there. At the end, it's life. So it's very important. I would give one example. When I was working with Metropolis in my initial days of career, I was looking at the calibration and setting up, and also looking at instrumentation. I had a different role on what I was doing. So I was also involved into budgeting and then clinical research, ensuring the training the sites, training the principal investigators, monitors, even looking at logistics, packing of the kits that we are sending to the sites for patients, for the blood samples that are going to be taken. We ensure that we did an proper sterilization. We ensure that our instruments are calibered, and the controls are in place. So these are certain things which is very important, even in an hospital. Ensuring that the nurse or doctors who are there on floor, they follow what is right. And we may not know who is with what sickness, but then it's very important that they are given that attention, and anything that is done timely will definitely have a very less impact,
Definitely.
and may not even have any impact as well.
Definitely.
So it's very important, and this is something I would say it has to be like regular, periodically training your staff, and also listening from them what they have experienced something different. That way we can like look at something more bigger, and hear them out if there are anything that we need immediate attention. So this is also very important.
Very much. So I think it was really, really good discussion with Kruti here, because we need to understand patient safety in a better way, as COVID has
Yeah,
taught us all that we need to be safe, and even our frontline workers needs to be more safe and secure.
absolutely.
Thank you so much, Kruti, for joining us for this quick chat, and we wish you all
Yeah,
the best for all your future endeavors. Thank you.
thank you, Smita. Thank you everyone on the team who's with you and giving me this opportunity.
You're most welcome, Kruti. Thanks. Bye bye.